Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Kevin Cracks Cars here, and I hope you're doing well today. So today we got a little bit of a different kind of commentary video. I'll be doing a product design review video, as well as a mini set review video of the Visions of Mothman mini set by Cryptid Camp. I have mixed feelings about this as a product overall, and I'll talk about all that in this video. And if you love Cryptid Camp, as I do love Cryptid Camp, I will be giving the gameplay review of the cards I open from this box. So this mini set is exactly what you should do if you want to make a pro collector product, and what you should not do if you want to make a pro player product. Now this mini set here, Visions of Mothman, first of all, the art looks amazing, and the art in this set also on this playmat looks really good. I'm really happy with the artists and the graphic design of this set. But in this set, I paid $30 pre-sale for this little box you see here, which is not a small amount of money by any means. Also, this mini set is $35 last time I checked on the website if you got it out of pre-sale. So this is a $35 box here. Now on paper, that's not too expensive for a TCG product, right? I mean, booster boxes go for what, 80 bucks these days? But as you will see, in my opinion, the value of this box is totally not worth it if you are simply a player. You see here that you are going to get, potentially 22 cards in this set, QR code, a lantern card, and a Mothman card. So they say on the box outright that you are getting exactly 3 cards per pack in each of these boxes, which is kind of insane. I mean, booster packs tend to have 10 cards to 15 cards in a pack, maybe 9-ish or 7 cards. These packs have 3 cards, and one of these cards, the QR code, is actually not even a playable card. It's actually a card you use to redeem in person at conventions, of which, hey, maybe you're not going to go to a convention, so that's a factor to think about there. Made in China, we love China, all good there. Now I did open this box already from the outside. I didn't actually look inside yet. I do have a sealed version of the box here, upside down that is. And yeah, looks pretty good, same kind of thing. So this is a sealed version. But yeah, let's open this box and give more opinions. So one thing I like about this box immediately is I actually dropped the box by accident and took a little bit of a hit here, but it's a pretty good solid box for 35 bucks. And this is, I believe, a magnetic seal, which you don't see that a lot in these cardboard, kind of products for TCGs. So that's that's pretty high quality. I like the magnetic seal. That's something I've noticed with the Cryptid Camp booster boxes. Looks like a book when you open it. Really nice. Good art. Got a little promo here. We'll open that in a bit. And you got 5 booster packs here. Let's see this. Yeah, 5 booster packs. Again, the art in this looks amazing. And if you're a collector, this box can be used for storing cards. I'm probably going to use this in my day-to-day storage of TCG cards. So, very nice. So the thing about this product immediately is, if we're correct, you're only getting about 10 playable cards for a $35 product, which is great if you're a collector. That means all of the cards that are playable are around $3 each, if you do the math there, which is kind of insane in terms of the secondary market value, but also you are getting these super rare cards potentially inside of the packs. So that is good if you're a collector. Now, if you're a player, in my opinion, initially, because you're only getting 10 playable cards, it's really not worth it to buy this product at MSRP if you're trying to play the game. And I, play Cryptid Camp on my channel. So that is a thing I do. Let's just do a quick opening here. This is the Beans card. You actually use these for, again, redeeming these in person at conventions, which is cool. I've got a Fluorite lantern. Fluorite is awesome. One of the most busted colors in the game right now. And Obsidian Mothman. That looks really good. This is actually a really good card. We'll talk about this more later. Hollows look really good in this set. They really pop. Yeah, they really pop, honestly. The graphic design team did a good job in making the hollows, the black and whites pop for printing. So we like that. I'm looking to get quartz in malachite, green, and white. So let's hope we pull that today. Spoiler alert on the colors there. Meteorite. Okay, rosy Mothman. There we go. It's exactly what I wanted. I got a quartz Mothman here. You want that. Don't really need the meteorite lantern, but hey. Oop, nice little shine there. Woohoo! That little shine. Yeah, collectors are gonna love this product because again, collectors like exclusive stuff, they like shiny stuff, and they want just higher value cards. But if you're a player, again, you're already getting like what, 5 of the cryptids that are usable. This is not hollow. Okay, spotted Mothman. Are these reverse hollow? That's one thing I don't like about Cryptid Camp right now. It's that these reverse hollows don't really shine too much. It's kind of subtle, but that's okay. That's okay, guys. Whatever. Get this opened up here. I'm terrible at opening packs, of course. A little bit of bending in the cards. I don't know if that's because I just dropped the cards. Okay, another spotted Mothman. So my friend Rio actually needs these Mothman, so does John, so maybe I can trade them with those cards. Exactly what they need. And then last main pack here. Okay, beans, obsidian lantern, Proximo Mothman. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Again, looks really good. Again, if you're a collector, this is amazing. Like, you're getting this popped off art. Looks amazing. Like, no one's talking trash about the art, I think. It looks so good. But again, you're not really getting many cards for $35 MSRP. Like, barely any cards. $3 a card, guys. I'm just saying. Okay, this is actually pretty good. This is a serialized card. Borderless, 0.7 out of 50. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, usually with these kind of cards, I trade them. They're serialized because they go for higher value secondary market, I'll be honest with you. Or even sell it to get some of my money back. But this looks really good. I actually may keep this for myself. Because I am actually a quartz player, so I may keep it for the flex. Who knows? Okay, so as a recap, in this box, we got these non-playable cards that are for conventions only. We got 5 of these lanterns, which these are basically just land for your deck. So players don't even need this land. Like, these are just flex cards at the end of the day. And we also got these 5 actual cryptids we can use, these monsters for our decks that we can use. So that's all we got as a player. That is not really high value for a product as a player. In my opinion, the general rule of thumb is if you want a pro player TCG product, your product needs to be playable out the box. Again, we're paying $35 for this box. So this is not good for players as we only get 10 usable cards, 5 of which are just lands for our deck. They're just auras, they're just cards we need for resource value. And out of the 5 cards, we get these nice shiny cards. But again, these are not play sets. These are not core to our entire deck as a whole. This product is terrible for players. I would not buy Visions of Mothman if you're trying to play Cryptid Camp. I would get secondary market and trade, in my opinion. It's not worth it to buy this as a player. Now, as a collector, this is awesome. Like, look how shiny and nice these cards are. You know, like, this is nice. And again, MSRP, these cards are what, $3 as singles? So this will probably gain value if you're a collector or investor, and you should probably pick up this product. So how could they have changed this set? As a comparison point, this is Cryptid Camp's sealed starter deck that I got in recently. And this is what, 20 bucks-ish, 25 bucks? I could have paid 20 bucks, which is almost half the price as this mini set box, and gotten a full starter deck with also exclusive cards in the starter deck. And it would have been much higher value for bang for buck, you know? So it doesn't make any sense. Why would I tell a player to buy this product? I'm only gonna tell a collector or investor to buy this product. And guess what? They're doing the same product design again for the Halloween set. Just to clarify again, I am not sponsored by Cryptid Camp. I'm not a Cryptid Camp counselor for this reason, to give criticism. But again, I bought 2 of these boxes with my own money. I paid 60-ish bucks on pre-sale. I only bought 1 Halloween box because at this point, I'm just gonna open it secondary market. I'm just gonna get my single secondary market because it's not worth it. I'm not getting play sets of the cards I need, you know? So let's compare a little bit to other card games. Again, system game, indie card game that I'm loving to play right now. 15 bucks for a trial deck, if I remember correctly, and this is a whole deck. It's like 56 cards. It's pretty good. An example of you having accessible starter decks for the price, 15 bucks. I could have gotten 2 starter decks for 15 bucks, you know? MetaZoo, the dead MetaZoo that it is, rest in peace. This MetaZoo here, you get for 15 to 20 bucks at the time. You get 40 cards in the deck, you get a promo card, you get a coin and a rule book and a random booster pack inside of it. They weren't the only ones doing that kind of same process. The game Chronicles of Arcane, which could be still a dying game, who knows, also has 41 card pre-made deck, a promo card attached for collector value, another booster pack, and a rule book for around 15 to 20 bucks. And Chronicles of Arcane also did a mini set over here, which this mini set has a nice looking box, not magnetic, but it's pretty good. I actually use these still for various purposes. And this box over here also had 5 packs and a promo, just like what we saw here basically. But the difference is these booster packs inside were not 2 cards per pack. There were like 5 cards in a pack, so I could actually get play sets of the cards I needed, which was better than this product. And this was like $20 to $25, so it's way higher value. And again, if you wanted to make a product that was a little higher value in terms of the cost, but still good value for players, you could have done the shard bugs approach. This is like $45 MSRP, but you're getting 3 pre-constructed decks inside of the product, which is super high value, and you're getting some playmats, and you're getting a D20 spin down. It's just way better value for $45 versus $35. So again, these are some examples of products, you know, that are better than this mini set product for players. But again, if you're a collector and Cryptid Camp only cares about collectors and investors, which I hope not, this product is for collectors and investors, as unfortunately these cards are $3 each if you just do the math on the cards there. There was also a promo card here, which was pretty nice, this Kid Moth. And I think this guy is freaking cute, and I just love this little moth. I mean, I love the moths overall for this set. The theme is pretty nice. For the rest of this video, I'll be doing some gameplay review of the cards. So these cards here, these are just basic land in this game. These are just resource cards, so get these out of here. They look nice, I like those, but honestly, these aren't even the colors I even play. So I'm just gonna give them away or trade them away to my friends. Okay, so now we actually have the real cards to talk about. So all these cards, they have a similarity here. In Magic terms, these are all 3-cost cards to play, and they also have Flyer, which is a really strong effect in this game, and they're all 6/3. So they're basically copies of each other, which is not a bad thing, because this is good for the colors in this game. If you actually look at the box real quick, there is actually 8 cabins in this game, 8 different colors as shown by the box, which is good product design, good graphic design in my opinion. Some of the colors here don't actually have access to the Flyer keyword. What Flyer basically means is that if I was, say, over here in this number 5 area, I could go and attack over into these areas. I can attack diagonally, because normally you can only attack vertically. So Flyer is really good. If I was in this 4 little square, I can go this diagonal here and this up front. So Flyer is really good. In particular, this type here, Lapis, they don't actually have access to the flyers. So this Lapis Moth is gonna be better than usual. Obsidian doesn't have too many of these flyers also. So depending on the cabin type, depending on the color you pull, these can be really good. Okay, so let's talk about the effects though. The effects of these cards are what actually makes them unique and what actually makes them stand out. So are the effects worth it compared to the other Mothmans in this mini set? Well, let's talk about that. For the Spotted Mothman, you draw 1 when it's cryptid and counters an entity. So basically what that means is when this guy attacks, you draw 1. Any kind of drawing effect like this is going to be really good, as this means you get a card for a card almost always when you get this guy. So I think this card is pretty solid. Definitely a metagame for Lapis, because not only for the effect, but Lapis doesn't have any flyers really. They only have 1 flyer with the Frogman Blister Pack promo. So this card is metagame. Get 2 copies of this card if you are playing Lapis. For this Obsidian Mothman here, again, flyers, Flyer and Obsidian is kind of rare. Humanoid Insectoid Cryptid adjacent to this cryptid receive -2 reduced damage. from any source. So what this basically means is any Mothmans that are just right next to this guy, they take -2 reduced damage. That's pretty good AoE effect. And yeah, this is basically just affecting the Mothman cards, and that's fine if you're building a Mothman deck. We like seeing this kind of synergy. You could build a rainbow Mothman deck. It's kind of pricey, but you could do it, you know? It's not completely impossible. So I think this guy is actually pretty solid if you're running a lot of Mothmans. But Obsidian in particular, they already have other Mothmans like their companions. So this effect is really good in Obsidian because they have other existing Mothmans for their colors. The Rosy Mothman effect, at your end of day, you may put a +1/+1 patch on a cryptid of your choice. This honestly feels like, to me, not a quartz effect. It feels more like a green, a malachite effect, because malachite does the +1/+1 stuff more so. This is my Bigfoot here I run on my quartz malachite deck, and it's already adding +1/+1 patches in its effect. So this is not really a quartzy effect in my opinion, but it is in a malachite quartz kind of color combination to add +1/+1 patches. But this effect is actually really good because you get it right away when you play it. You can just keep it in your back row over here, just protected, chilling in the back, and you can just keep scaling if you want to, or move it up front as a flyer, which is good. So this is a solid card. I wouldn't say the best Mothman in the mini set, but it's pretty solid. And then we have the Proximal Mothman here, which again, the art looks awesome. I like the little guy over here, very nice. Anytime a cryptid enters the region during a rival's turn, you may pay 1 vision to have this cryptid battle it. What the heck is this effect, guys? So basically, I can pay 1 of any color in this game and just have this guy fight it during my opponent's turn. This guy is basically just removal on a body. This is actually pretty solid on paper. 6 attack is not the highest attack in the game, I will say that. It's not really that high attack, but this guy kills any of these smaller dudes that your opponent may place. So I think this guy is actually not bad, honestly. This is actually a decent card. One of the better Mothmans that I've seen, potentially. And with card effects that buff this guy up, this guy is just killing things all day and all night, which is pretty solid. We also pulled this serialized Daymoth Scale Cloak, which is just a simple little buff, some extra defense, and you're getting a little more stats against cryptids, so you have a type advantage against. So if I'm playing quartz, I'm good against fluorides, for instance. So if I'm playing lapis, which is water, I'm good against corallium, which is fire. So that's really good. This is basically a win more effect. The +1 defense doesn't matter too much, honestly. It's okay, but it is only 1 cost, and it could have good value in some matchups. I may put a single one of these in my deck as a kind of tech card against the metagame, because it could be good to have the extra defense. And then we got the Catechid Moth promo. This promo comes with every box you order with the Visions of Mothman box. I think only for the pre-sale. I don't know if it's included with the other boxes, but yeah. This card is literally insane. What the heck was the R&D doing with this card? It's 1 gem, which means any color can actually use this card. For some reason it's humanoid. I don't really get that, but it is. It's still a moth little guy. It's not really a human or Mothman yet. And you can have 8 copies of it in your deck, which breaks the rules of the common rules in this game for rarity usage. And then during your camp phase, you may put this cryptid into your hand to play a non-unique cryptid with Mothman in its name directly from your hand into the same site for 2 less vision. So basically, this guy ramps into any existing Mothman. You could build an entire rainbow deck of Mothman with this card. Not only that, but his defense is actually insane. It's 6 defense written here, but versus non-flyer, it's +2 defense. This is the first card in Cryptid Camp that gains defense versus other existing cryptids, versus just having a type advantage and dealing more attack to another cryptid. So this thing has 8 effective defense against the majority of cryptids in the game, unless you're playing a Mothman, which is gonna push this Mothman metagame they're trying to go for, I think. So this card is actually insane. Like nothing can really kill this thing that is like 3 vision or less. Like you have to be 4 vision or so to actually kill this thing. Because it's gem, there's no type advantage against this thing, so it becomes really hard to kill. The only downside of this card is it's not getting buffed by your trails, which is very common in this game. But it doesn't matter because this guy has 8 freaking defense on a 1-cost card. Which, if you think of the curve of the game, a 1-cost card should have 2 defense. So that's insane if you think about it. This promo's cracked out of his brain. I like it a lot. Is this promo overpowered? Probably not, because it doesn't have high attack, but whatever. But that's the video today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Kevin Cracks Cards here. I'll see you next time. Peace.